Welcome to the Merch Minds podcast, where we discuss everything about the Merch by Amazon business and the print-on-demand industry. Here are your hosts, Glenn and Young.
This episode is sponsored by Design Candy. If you guys are having a hard time coming up with your own designs or coming up with niche ideas, go over to Design Candy, designcandy.io. You can purchase high-quality designs for $10 each. The subscription fee is just $20 a month. I use them. I purchased a design from Design Candy last week, and I had an issue with it. And this is the kind of service you're going to get over at Design Candy, okay? I had an issue with the design. I messaged Travis. He got back to me and took care of my issue in less than 24 hours. I'm telling you guys, not only is the design great, but you're going to get some really good customer service from them. I'm telling you, these guys will take care of you. So go check them out, designcandy.io. Mention Merch Minds, and you'll get 2 free designs when you sign up.
This episode also brought to you by Merch Informer, the #1 research program for Merch by Amazon. So you can do niche research by BSRs, keywords, and even by merchant brand names. Merch Informer, of course, was designed to help streamline your research process and help organize your ideas. Definitely recommend it. Head over to merchinformer.com for a free 3-day trial. After that, only $19.99 per month. If you want to use the coupon code and save even more money, enter Merch Minds for 15% off your entire order. That's merchinformer.com. Merch Minds podcast, episode number 47. This is Glenn. This is Young.
Hello. First of all, I have to apologize for the audio. Normally, Glenn and I, we have a headset, and we are using one mic, like Nas, one mic. This is unprecedented, never been done before on the Merch Minds podcast. East Coast against the West Coast, Tupac against Biggie, but there's no hate. It's all love. We want to introduce our buddies from the Jersey podcast. Introduce yourself, fellas.
Hey, this is Anthony from Amazon, Jersey Merch Empire, Jersey Edition, and the adult baby himself.
Kevin, I'm here.
Wait a minute. How many names do you guys have?
We have a lot of names.
Okay.
You know what? I'll tell you why. Because we started the podcast as Amazon Merch Jersey Edition, right? We ran with that for a while. Then we bought a course about how to do from John Lee Dumas. I was just telling you in the elevator.
You were just telling me, yeah.
We bought a course, and this guy's like a professional podcaster, and he has it's really good. He's a whole launch formula, how to rank high fast. And the first section said trademark. Should you have a trademark term in the name of your podcast? And I was like, I think Amazon's trademarked, you know. So, I was like, so, but we already had a lot of the Amazon Merch Jersey Edition naming on the Facebook page, on the podcast. So like, all right, we have to like smoothly start transitioning this shit over to Merch Empire Jersey Edition. So little by little, you've seen we changed the logo of the page, but not too fast because people were searching us under Amazon Merch Jersey. So over the past like 2 months, we've been like moving it over. Eventually, the Amazon will be out.
Okay, cool.
So there's always a story behind
Anthony,
everything.
Kevin, pleasure meeting you guys in person. I know we had talked in the past.
You guys were on our podcast, like the 3rd or 4th episode we ever did.
Glenn,
Yes, sir. But
we should buy that damn course because you and I done fucked up the first 10 episodes.
The podcast.
Yeah, excuse me, I normally don't curse. You know, it's the Jersey guys.
I bring
out the worst in me. I apologize. I might bleep that out.
Does that take that side too?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
okay, we're good.
Yeah, this is also around sound. But we are coming live and direct from Seattle. Okay.
Merch conference.
Merch by Amazon conference put together by Chris Green. Shout out to Chris Green. Great conference. What do you guys think, Kevin? What's your input?
Well, you know what? I grabbed my battery charger because I was gonna look through the notes, but it's not my phone. Like my phone has my notes, not the battery charger.
Okay.
So.
You thought it was your phone?
Yeah, I thought it was my phone.
You definitely got some issues. he thinks his battery is his smartphone. I don't get it. But you were saying day one was more for the beginners.
It was still good though.
It was very good.
The best part for me at the live events is just the
Networking.
networking and meeting the other people that you've been talking to on Facebook for a year and never met face to face.
Right. And now
For me, I preach live events all the time, even in the groups, about how important it is.
Great minds think alike. I've said this in the podcast. The best thing about attending conferences is you meet like-minded individuals, you get to network, and it creates opportunities, right? You get to collaborate, kind of like what we're doing now. We're collaborating on the podcast. But yeah, Kevin, talk to us. What are you doing, man? Are you still messing with the battery?
No. Look, it's not a sickness. You can shut up right now. I was literally trying to go through my notes to find the first.
Why are you on your notes when we're doing the podcast?
He's looking.
Well,
part of the conference.
It's important. Like, you want to go through the details of what happened on the first day. In all honesty, want me to tell you the truth? Like, for some reason, I can't remember the first day.
You know what?
I don't know why.
I'll be honest with you. I can't remember the first day.
And you're telling me what happened on the first day. I'm like, hold on. Why can't I remember what happened on the first day?
I don't remember either. I tried to say something.
But go ahead. Huh? Yeah, maybe.
Maybe because we were at the Hard Rock.
We're at the Hard Rock, having a good time, chopping it up.
Right.
Maybe the relationship conversations kind of like overshadowed the details of the conference, but there was a lot of good details at the conference.
What do you think, Glenn? How about day 2?
Day 2 obviously was way better than day 1.
My best.
Yeah, for sure.
The best one.
Yeah, we got to day 1 kind of late. We got there at like noon.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I was there at 8.
Oh yeah, for sure. The first one.
What happened?
Nothing. I was there at 8 o'clock. He slept in.
No, yeah, must have been it. Ken Real was the first one on day 1, which I think he's just straight up killing it, right?
Ken, yeah. You know what? We got to meet Ken, and I don't know his numbers, but I do know for a fact he's putting up good numbers.
Wasn't he the one that had his hand up at the most when they were saying the numbers?
Right. Yeah. I saw a couple of hands.
I think when they said 15,000 or up, raise your hand. Right. He had his hand still up.
I saw Neil Lassen's hand up.
Yep.
Neil Lassen, merchant former. Shout out to Neil. So we do have some guests here. We're gonna try and talk to each and every one of them. Step up to the mic here, Cody. Introduce yourself.
Cody Byrie.
Where are you from?
I'm from near Seattle. Live in Issaquah, about 20 minutes away.
Okay. So normally you don't have to disclose your information, but we normally ask our guests, what tier are you on? How many shirts live do you have? And how are your royalties? I know some people are a little weird about that. I don't mind. I always share my information, but it's up to you.
Yeah. So I'm at the 1,000 tier. I just barely missed the tier up to 2,000 the other day. Cause I had almost 1,000 sales, but also about like 29 cancellations. So I was probably 35 short, but I have 885 uploaded right now.
Mm-hmm.
And royalties, like Father's Day, that month I did around 600 plus, and I was worried I wasn't going to beat it the next month, but that was my goal. So I tried. I got like 720, and then the Eclipse really helped me this last month. I got 1,700 or so royalties, and that was with low priced Eclipse shirt, very low priced. So
how low?
$12.99.
Why?
They weren't selling at any number above that, and then they would sell in groups of like 3 and 4 above that, like at $12.99.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I had like some of the really nice ones that weren't state specific were like $13.99 or $14.99. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. What you think of the conference?
It was pretty awesome. I mean, I met like 50 cool people, hanging out with some now still, and it was interesting. Like, it was very interesting. I mean, I learned a lot. There was a lot of different specialists here. I really liked Michael Essex talk. I feel like his strategy is a lot different than the other sellers. So I'm interested in his course, and it was just great to hang out with all the people that we talked to online.
You're a foosball
champ.
Dude.
Yeah.
Tell him what's up with the foosball.
Yeah, what's going on?
Wearing the nerdy.
He tried to sucker me into a game and hustle me.
Oh, like that?
No.
He tried to hustle you?
Yeah,
before we got here, he hits me on Facebook Messenger.
See, we got that same message.
Yeah,
he tagged all of us.
It was a public comment. There was no secret messaging. This was a public post.
I go, hey, I played foosball in college. I'll come. He's like, yeah, come. It's a little tournament, whatever. So then, later on, I'm like, oh, who's this guy? He made a shirt for Kevin for that merch chain we're doing. I look at his profile. He's holding the fucking FIFA World Cup of foosball trophies in his hand, over his head on his profile picture.
Really?
He's like a world champion foosball player. He's flying over to tournaments all over the place. Where does he get the championship?
No.
Yeah. 2015. You got to see the rocket he shoots with, man. It's crazy.
So I'm good. I'm good at foosball. I'm technically a professional foosball player, but like nobody's sponsored me or anything. I can make like $8,000 in a really good year, traveling all over, lots of tournaments, lots of local tournaments every week. But
I wish there was more money in foosball.
I'm
What?
like
No.
I'm like
you.
one of the top players in the state, but there's a lot of good players in
But
the
do you
state.
make any money at all?
I do make profit. Like it's less fun to make it about money, but I made it very much about money. So yeah, but the better you get, the less they let you play in lower events. So they kind of make you play only higher events and yeah, still make money, but it's not as fun.
Respect.
Not as fun when you're always trying
Respect.
to win.
No, you're out there wrestling, man. Respect.
Yeah. Need some sponsors.
Better than a
Merch
regular
Minds,
job.
Jersey dude. Get that
We'll do
sponsor
a
on the
live
jacket.
podcast from a foosball
Yeah,
tournament.
there you go.
Facebook Live.
Play by
There's gonna be
play.
a lot of noise in the background.
Dude, I was impressed. That was
Did you make
seriously-
any
It's a
foosball
skill.
t-shirts?
I did make foosball t-shirts.
How did you?
I can say it's not a profitable niche. Like most of my friends are foosball players. I have probably, I don't know, 400, 500, 600 friends on Facebook, and it's like a community. Like we know each other, we help each other out. Everybody's
merch
cool,
group.
and
Okay.
you know, I marketed the shirts towards them. I was trying to make shirts for them, like that I thought they would like, and I sold some. It really helped me get out of the 10 and 25 tier.
Sure.
But I sell maybe less than 3 a month of foosball shirts, and I have a lot of foosball designs up.
Okay.
Who wants to be next?
Good stuff, Cody.
All right.
Bring up Cassie. The
Hello,
no bullet
hello.
queen, Cassie.
No bullet queen.
Tell us who you are. Tell us what tier you're on. How many shirts live you have, and if you care to disclose what your royalties are like. So who are you?
So I'm Cassie Basket.
Cassie Basket, the beautiful
Oh, thank
Cassie
you.
Basket.
Thank you, thank you.
Where are you from?
Texas, Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'm at the 4,000 tier, about 50 away from 6,000. I guess that's next.
I think it's 8,000, right?
Okay, great.
I think there's a 6, isn't
I
there?
think it's 6.
Is there a 6?
Yeah,
I think it's
there's a 6.
See, I wouldn't know because I've never
was
been
4
here.
to 8, and there's speculation on 6.
But there was a guy in Ken's group, Merch Success. I remember when he hit 6 and his dashboard said 120 a day. I forgot. I think his name was Joseph something.
Hmm.
And I'm almost positive. Yeah, there was a 6,000 tier.
Find out. You let us know.
So 6 or 8.
Yeah, you're gonna find out.
Okay.
soon,
I'll
so-
let you know.
But you're coming up to being tiered soon.
Yes.
Okay.
I have the sales. I just need the uploads.
Sure.
And I'm headed towards the 80%. So if I can get to the 80% and they start cheering up, then I'll be there. Otherwise, I'll just keep uploading.
Okay. Okay.
How many short are you for the submissions?
To 4,000.
Yeah.
I'm like at 3,200 maybe.
Well, don't you got to have only 80%? So 3,600 will do it. You have to have 80%.
No, it's less than that. It's 32.
80% 32?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And how many do you have?
Almost 32.
So you're going to get tiered up.
Soon.
You got to see you're over 4,000 in sales.
This is what I said.
Yeah, who's the adult baby now?
I like to
Wow.
I like to
Heaven.
verify things.
Yeah. So he's just going over the talking points.
I'm just making sure we have all the numbers correct.
Yeah.
I knew what you said.
Okay.
Wait, no. Now you gotta tell that story how I.
No.
No. Tell the one story where I asked you the question and then you got the answer. Like, how'd you know that? And you're like, you just told me. The
That
answer.
was
It was like literally a second later. I just told him the answer, and then I was like, "How'd you know that?" He's like, "You just."
I
told
forgot
me."
what it was. It was actually really funny.
I
I
forgot
said
what.
it on the Facebook Live too. Okay,
What do you think about the conference?
I liked it, and I've been in merch for over a year now, and I'm very good at noticing trends, and I feel like our special guests that talk to us really kind of told us what they want, and so I'm personally taking that very much to heart. So I'm rearranging the way I'm doing my business when I get home.
Okay.
And we'll see how that works and we can update later. But I very much liked the YouTube video, which you guys didn't talk about, but
Owen video.
Owen video.
Yeah.
You missed it because you weren't there. Well, you were there.
I was there. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? You shut your damn pipe. I was there.
So I'm headed in that it seems to me that what Amazon wants is they want us to drive traffic. And I've noticed that over the last couple months, the traffic, organic traffic, hasn't necessarily been there. So my focus moving forward is not going to be so much trying to compete for keywords with everyone else. It's more figuring out Facebook and video and YouTube and spending my VA dollars really researching and learning that side of it. So we'll see. But in my opinion, and who am I, but in my opinion, Amazon rewards you for traffic. So even though it may be a short-winded sales process for that one particular shirt, but video on YouTube can last for however long, right? So it could be up there for 3 years and continue to sell through that one video that it's being shown on by that one influencer. But not only that, you're also driving traffic to Amazon. So Amazon's, I feel that they'll reward you organically with more sales because you're driving traffic. And that's really what they want. They want people to bring brands that are driving traffic to their website.
Okay.
So
You said you're good with trends. Did you make any Eclipse shirts?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not. No, I'm not good at merch trends. I'm good at like watching business trends, I think. So
I'm at the 2000 level. I have about 1,500-ish, 1,600 live shirts.
I don't know how you guys do it, man. I cannot upload that many designs for some reason.
I did all this by myself until I hit 2000. And then once I got to that 40 a day thing, I watched Anthony's wonderful. Anthony posted a free
First
video
of all, this is
for us.
Kevin.
Kevin, yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? He answers to Anthony too, by the way.
Apparently, he was nodding the whole time. Like,
baby.
Kevin, yeah.
Insane.
Kevin did a great video on his structure for his VA business, and I kind of listened to that. And I took one other course, and I hired my first VA, and that, it's stressful because now suddenly I'm training someone else with what I really want. And I've been very successful with doing it by myself in that time, but it's the best thing I ever did.
Okay.
So I'm able to get, all these crazy designs up, and it's been good. And I'm hoping to tier up to 4,000 in hopefully the next 2 months. That's my goal. And
Are they uploading for you too, Mayor?
no, I do the uploads myself right now. I'm going to hire a manager that's going to upload to my Google Drive, and then I'll just copy and paste and throw it
So
on
when you
there.
say VAs, these are designers that you're hiring.
Right now, just
Okay.
designers. I'm going to go into managers. That's my next thing.
And you guys are big on the VAs, right?
Yeah, well,
The
It's
whole
all
thing.
about-
The whole thing is done with. There's 5 designers, 1 compliance girl, and 1 VA who submits. So every day it all gets done on autopilot.
No,
Yeah.
Kevin was telling me the whole operation.
So
It's very
It was a
efficient.
little scary at first. I didn't like the idea.
we
of
argued
it,
about it.
You know?
Actually, it's probably one of the podcasts.
Yeah, we were arguing a lot about it. I didn't want her to. I said, "Can't you just draft and you fucking upload? You have to do the whole thing." I didn't trust her, but you know what? He somehow found a girl that's so good. And we've had so many employees in the past 10 years, like over 1,000. But I trained her my way, and that's why. All right, we all fucking know that. I know how hard
say that.
you
I
made.
did not say that.
You made the policies and procedures clear, the expectation. You did a fantastic. This is why you did the training, because this is like one of your strengths, and I'll say it. One of the best things you do is what you do with the outsourcing. You really know how to build a team.
And pivot
thank
tables.
You, thank you.
I know,
Thank you very much.
And you're really good at pivot tables. Those 2 things, and that's it.
For
What
the
does my
record,
pivot table
for the
say
record,
now?
when you guys say pivot tables, that's Microsoft Excel.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. But
So
anyway,
that's
our whole
the
shit's
next thing we're
overseas.
going to learn.
Yeah.
Is all about pivot tables and how to evaluate your business through pivot tables.
Do you guys use pivot tables?
No. So I don't.
You're talking
so,
about it like, hey, do you eat a Snickers bar? Like,
No. Here's the thing.
Like, you don't even know how to do a pivot table.
I don't know how to
I eat a
fucking do it.
Snickers bar.
It's your
do you?
job.
No, I know. Here's the thing.
You guys have identified a whole new stream of merch, pivot tables. It's a whole new thing.
No, here's the thing. Like
Shirts.
I know of pivot tables because I work with it all the time at work,
Ah.
but I don't outsource. You know, obviously we talked about
Yeah.
this. Like I mean, one of my biggest fears, you know, I talked about this with you guys, is putting my account into someone else's hands. Like if I want my
I
account
thought the same
suspended,
thing.
I want it suspended because I messed up, not someone else.
Yeah.
And
I
that's
wanna-
my biggest fear.
I want to say this first because I think that when you say a VA in the real world, like the real business world, it's also called an operations person. So like there's three components to any business. There's finance, sales, and operations. So operations is the person in the middle, kind of like they have a lot of different roles. Sometimes in certain companies it's very specific, and other companies very, very broad. The operations person in the merch business runs your business. Like they execute everything that you tell them to do. They may execute through designers, but they basically are the quote unquote manager of the company. So when you guys refer to virtual assistants, like really think about like who you're actually hiring. You're hiring someone to operate your business.
Someone's
You
gonna
gotta,
be really
so you got to
smart.
really think like that, because if you're hiring a VA, to me, virtual assistant sounds like, oh, you know what? Can you get me a coffee? That's not the case. This person's got to be fucking skilled. The mindset's got to be right. And when you hire out, that's what you got to hire. Like when I hire a virtual assistant in the merch business or an operations person, they better be better than me in many aspects. So I'm looking for someone not to be like a lesser version of me. They always say you hire better. You got to hire better. So for me, I can't design. I hire better designers. That's a given. But
See,
for operations, you better hire someone that's better than you. And for you know, to look at the numbers, I got 4 rejections. Me uploading personally up to like 300 or 400. Remember?
Yeah.
She's gotten 1 rejection, 17 or 1,800
No,
designs
more,
later.
2,500 shirts later.
Yeah,
because
25,
we took some down.
whatever it was, 2,500 shirts later.
So she's done way
she's
better
done
than
one.
us. We
So
had
from
4
So
rejections.
from a compliance perspective, from a productivity perspective, like there's so many different things I could say she's better than me, because she really is.
There's
Not
another
because of the-
side of it, because if it's a business that you're doing and you hire someone into your brick and mortar business and you give them the key to your place,
You got to really trust them.
they can do anything they want to.
Yeah.
They can steal from you. They can ruin you. It's the same idea. You're giving a key to someone to your business. So
Right. I mean, so,
VA
like for
And
me,
that's happened. That's happened to us.
See, here's the
I've
thing.
gotten
So if
stolen
you have
from.
a
I've
VA
gotten
who
people
takes,
that
who you give
done
the
all kinds of
key.
shit.
here's the thing with me. Like I'm now at the point, because this is like an ongoing joke, right? With me, right? I always poke fun at myself about how I'm stuck at the 1,000 tier, you know, and I only have 395 shirts live, but I'm consistently doing over $3,000 in royalties, right?
And that's great.
And you know, I poke fun. First of all, I gotta say this, Glenn.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
You can say whatever you want.
right. you need to pay attention, my man.
I'm paying attention.
You know, and I'm going completely off topic here. You know, when I post something in my group, making jokes about myself, okay, and then people start popping off, talking stupid. First of all, it's my house, okay? If you guys don't like it, get the hell out. That's all I'm gonna say. But my thing is, I'm at the point where I'm ready to outsource designs. Again, I just can't bring myself to hand over the keys to a VA to do the keywords in the description. That's just me. Where are you at?
Yeah.
Once you do the designer, then you're going to be ready for that.
Okay, you
Once
think
get-
so?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll
absolutely.
give an
That's how I
example.
was.
So there was one guy in the group. He goes, you know, how do I hire designers? Like he kept on overthinking it. I go, I'm going to give you the best piece of advice: hire somebody and then fire them. Like hire somebody right away, and if you don't like them, fire them. Like you got to get over it. Like you got to just get over it. Like he kept on like, you know, I'm gonna hire him, and then he hired him. And you know what? It just from taking that first step, the anxiety goes away, the fear goes away. You got to do it.
Okay.
I'll give you another quick thing. So I spoke, or I didn't speak, but there was a meetup in New Jersey for Rutgers MBA students, and they had a nice speech. Some guy came up, some startup, and then for some reason, like I started having like a little side talk, and then all of them gathered near me. And I said, I'm going to give you the best piece of advice. You guys all have $5,000, right? They're like, yeah. Take $5,000 and burn it or spend it, because that's your first business you're going to start. You're not going to be successful, and once you get over like losing, you'll be okay. Like you got to get over the fact that you're going to hire someone and they, just like Chris Green said, you're going to get 51%. Someone's going to fuck you. Someone's going to stab you in the back. I'm not talking to you directly.
Right.
I'm just saying in general.
I've said on the podcast, I don't mind investing into the program. That's never been an issue for me. My issue is the fact that, again, my biggest fear is just having my account suspended.
Valid fear.
Right.
It is a valid fear because we're still scared.
Yeah.
We're scared.
Glenn, do you think you can ever bring yourself to hiring a VA?
For the design stuff, I mean, like what we talked about. Remember we talked about with Greg. That was his name.
Yes.
So he was using like Design Pickle or whatever. I mean, he used them pretty good. As far
Jacob
as
does too.
I use Design Pickle too.
Yeah, and we'll talk to Jacob in a second.
This is what I'm doing. I'm having my next step because I'm like you. I'm fearful of handing the keys over. Like I do so much. I've done it all myself, like you have. So you know, we have control. I don't get rejections. I don't get all that stuff because I do it myself. I have a Google Drive with all for my designer that I just list all the things that I want, and I put down, you know, this is the design I like, and this is how I want to change it, and I want this feel or whatever. And then my next step is going to have somebody come in and create my bullets and everything on that drive so that they're creating it. All I have to do is upload it and copy and paste it into the CSV and upload it with that Speedy uploader.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the in between before I hand someone over the keys, because then I'm kind of stepping away. I'm not doing the research for keywords. I'm not doing any of that. Somebody else is doing it. I'm just doing the uploading, and I can still review it. I can still have control over it. And then the next step is going to be me giving the keys.
Okay.
The one thing also is a lot of times if you give someone the keys, they'll step up. Or if you vacate a position, like I do this a lot, but if you want to grow your company, then you delegate, right, to elevate. Like you give it away and you leave. A lot of times when that happens, they just step up. Like it's like even in a sports, like say like a sports team, like the leader gets hurt for some reason, everyone steps up. It just happens. Like people feel it. Like they have to step into that position. Especially if you set the expectations right for the operations person or the VA that you're going to come in. Like, this is what I expect. I usually tell them, like, your role is one of the most important roles. If you mess up, here's what's going to happen. You're going to get fired. We're not going to have a business anymore. All the designers are going to get fired. And that's legitimately what's going to happen. I'm not overly exaggerating. That's really what's going to happen. You understand the grave consequences if you mess up once or twice. Like if we could get suspended, everything's over. So this really good culture that we have, the bonuses you get, you living comfortably off the pay that you want to do, it all goes away. So yeah, they got to have the same fear. And if you give them that fear that you have, or even more, like they'll feel it. It's real fear. It's a real situation.
Yeah, and you and I were talking.
You got to scare them.
Yeah, you and I were talking earlier. Yeah, absolutely.
Cause them to be
So
paranoid.
I'm going to say my favorite thing was Michael Essick and his Venn diagram on how he finds designs.
Cool guy.
To me, that was like brilliant. It took all of, it takes a lot of time to figure out what your next design is going to be. And he just says, pop culture, text and graphics, and design them together, figure out something, and you got like this where they all cross. That's your design idea. So that was my takeaway from this, and thank you guys also.
All right. Mr. Paul Chang.
What up, guys?
Dude,
this guy's already made like 3 kids since we started this podcast.
Like we said about 10, 15 minutes ago, this dude is making babies so he can have more merch accounts.
Hey, Paul, do you have any pets?
I have 3 dogs.
I know why. I now know why.
3 dogs. How many kids?
3 kids. 3 boys.
Paul,
Well, you're aging in reverse, right? You mentioned that.
come up a little closer to the mic.
Benjamin Button.
So, introduce yourself. Where are you from? What tier are you on? How many shirts live do you have? And if you want to disclose your royalties, you're more than welcome to. It's not mandatory.
All right, my name's Paul Chang. I'm from Long Island, New York. I'm at tier 500. I have about 275 shirts live right now, and last month the royalties was $678.
That's not bad.
Not bad for a start.
78?
Yeah.
That's 2 car payments, right? No, it's not bad. So obviously you attended the conference. What was your favorite part?
My favorite part was the Shopify.
Yeah,
and
I like that one too.
And
Contest.
the contest.
Again,
And of
we won't go
course,
into details, but yeah. You messaged me. We never met before. You messaged me. You like, hey man, let's link up. We met the very first night. Did you message these guys as well?
Yep. And I actually met them on the plane. We didn't know that we were on the same flight.
You guys were on the same flight?
Yeah. And then we Ubered together back to the hotel.
But now you told me you guys were on the same flight back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Tomorrow.
but you never met.
Nope.
No.
Only
He's
stuff.
coming to we're having a workshop end of this month. He's coming.
Okay.
So we knew he was coming to the workshop, and then we ended up linking on the plane.
All right. So what do you think of the guys here?
Oh, these guys are awesome.
Who's your favorite, Anthony or Kevin?
Not taking sides. They both my favorite.
Come on, dude.
Hold on.
You serious?
No. I just read his body language. Thank you.
You guys got that Asian connection going on. I know what's going on here.
Okay. How about me and Glenn? Who's your favorite?
Not taking sides. You guys are both my favorites.
He looked at Glenn. I saw.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I thought he was leaning more towards me because we're both Asian.
It's the Asian connection.
That's what it is.
No, but seriously,
See?
man.
Hold on, you guys are outnumbered. There's 3 of us, all right?
You're Asian too?
No,
Right
not
here.
Asian.
What are you talking
What?
about?
Oh, 3.
You're fucked up right now.
Legal in Seattle. Listen, what is
Anthony just said that Greg Hustler Hacks is Asian.
No. What nationality are you, Glenn?
I'm Hispanic.
Where? Like Spain?
No, but just born here.
No, but like, what's your like? Where were they born? Like
Yeah.
Ecuador. Spanish is like where? Like what country?
I guess you could say, part Mexico, like grandparents, but.
But yeah, your parents were born here, American.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to know.
Part Asian with these guys.
What are you?
100% Chinese.
Chinese?
Yeah.
How about you?
Korean.
Korean? Filipino?
So what are you?
I'm Italian.
Ah,
Sicilian.
the Godfather.
I'm Jersey edition.
Okay. So Paul.
Yep.
You have a good time?
Awesome time.
Okay. Talk to us, man. What's
Met
up?
a lot of good people, new friends, new relationships. You know, we chat online, chat on the groups. I wanted to meet everybody, and we got a lot of information. Now we just got to process it all.
Sure.
I feel like you're an observer more.
I am.
I don't know about that. I was sitting behind him the whole time, dude. He just kept logging into his account. Yeah, that's
Well,
right.
you with the thing.
Every time I peeked over, he was
I
like
wish
logging
it was
into his
that many
account. He
things.
wasn't even paying attention.
I can't help it either. I'm logging into
It's
that fucking
addictive.
thing
Yeah,
all day.
I admit I do it too.
Why can't I stay logged in?
I do it too. Though.
Every time
I can't
I'm
give you a hard time, man. But hey, this guy's a true hustler. You mind if I share your story?
Sure.
Dude, mad. Look, and I'm not saying this to make fun of him. I respect what he does. He told me he works full-time, and then he works part-time, and then he does FBA and merch. And you said you get what, 2-3 hours of sleep a night?
Take naps.
That's insane. Respect.
No,
That's
I'm
crazy.
taking
Mad
that right now.
respect.
That's crazy work ethic grinder, but bro,
Right.
that's unhealthy too.
Now, is that 7 days a week, or do you actually have like at least one day where you can catch up on your sleep?
On the weekends, I catch up on the sleep a little bit, but usually I work until like 5, 6 in the morning.
That is
And he,
crazy.
he looks younger than us.
He looks younger than us, and we're over here making up excuses.
I
and
don't
he's
get
over here
it.
busting his ass.
I'm gonna go on your regimen.
Polyphasic sleeping. Right?
Oh my god! Did you sleep
Basically.
while you were out here?
Oh yeah, I got full 8 hours last night.
Last night he was exhausted.
It's like a mini vacation for me.
No, you know what? No, you know what? He had dinner with us last night. You could just see it in his face. He was exhausted. He goes, he had dinner with us, and he goes, man, I gotta go back to the room.
Yeah.
He was
I
done.
don't blame you.
I mean, his eyes were bloodshot, and you could just see he was tired.
You gotta get you making more money and then quitting
That's
that
what-
job.
That's
You
what
too,
merch
dude.
is all about.
Huh?
We'll finish with Paul.
What? No, I missed
I
it.
said we got to get you making money with merch and quitting your full-time job. I said you too. Well, what do you do for a living?
Why you asking too many questions, man?
You don't. No one.
Nah,
knows
you know what? I disclose. I don't care. I work at Stanford University
Oh, you do at Stanford.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to football games over there?
all the time.
Oh, dude, so you saw Christian McCaffrey play live?
Overrated, in my opinion.
Christian McCaffrey?
Yes.
You think he's the next Reggie Bush?
No.
You think he's better or worse?
Worse.
You think he'd be worse than Reggie Bush?
Yeah.
Really?
Here's the thing.
No way.
No, look. He's a great player. Great player. We're totally off topic here.
That's
man.
okay. This is football. Doesn't matter.
He's totally. So he's a great player, but a lot. You guys have to consider a lot of his yardage. You know, the all-purpose yardage.
Yeah.
he got on special teams.
Yeah, I know
those
that.
are relatively easy.
I think
As a football player, those are relatively easy to get.
I think he's going to be.
No, and don't get me wrong. I'm not. He's a great athlete, but is he going to be as good as Reggie Bush? In my opinion, no.
Wow, I didn't think Reggie Bush was that good.
Yeah, he was a bust.
Right, so he's on his hype level. So you think he's going to be a bust?
I think so.
I hope not.
Great athlete, though.
I love the kid.
I love his dad. Great player.
Yeah, his brother's going to Michigan. His brother's at Michigan.
Is that right?
Quarterback.
Okay.
One of the top quarterbacks in the country.
All right.
Back to you, Paul.
Thanks, man.
We'll see how it does. But no, but hey, respect, man. I mean, when you told me that story, man, I was just like, man.
Dude, we got to get you sleeping a little bit more.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen next year.
Well, you guys are on in New York. Are you gonna link up with these guys?
Yeah, I'm gonna see them September 28th.
Weeks to come by the office.
Conference.
We're having a workshop. You guys should come, but I know it's like short timing.
Send me the dates.
I will. It's just one.
Seriously.
I will. As soon as we're done with the podcast, September 28th.
Okay.
Mary's coming. Cassie's coming. Cody's coming. No, Cody's not coming.
I wish.
He's got a foosball tournament in fucking North Korea.
Oh man.
Bring him over.
My man.
What?
My man. What episode was he on, Glenn?
Oh man.
It was a while back.
Yeah, that was a while back.
This is your second time.
Double.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's what I said. Second time.
It's been good.
Yeah. Hey. Jacob Topping, introduce yourself. Where are you now? I don't remember what tier you were on, dude. It's been a while since we talked to you.
I think for the first time, I think I was in like tier 100 or something, because I was tier blocked for 6 months, right?
Well, you're asking the wrong. I don't
know.
No, yeah, I was for 6 months.
Yeah, because I signed up in September,
Tier
and
block.
then like
Sounds like cock blocked.
no, they.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
Yeah, we're almost done. Like 10 minutes. Yeah, we're almost done. We're all good.
We're part of the
All right.
conference.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so
Sorry
we're
for
special
the-
investigations
You know
team.
what I mean? Yeah.
Sorry for the interruption. We're actually still in the conference room. It's like 10 p.m. right now. So
But listen, but that's that's like the Jersey thing that we do. It's, yeah, no, we're good. Don't worry about it. We're all right. But what do you? Yeah, no, we're almost done. It's okay. And then they just go and they leave.
So what's up, man? Talk to us. How you been?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm in tier 500 now. So I tiered up from
Uh-huh.
last time I was on the show.
Good job.
I put out the book. It's going right well. People seem to like it.
People still buying it?
People are buying it surprisingly a lot right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Traveling a lot.
I've been traveling a lot. So since we talked last, I did the Merch Madness tour. So I think I've been to more than 50 cities across the U.S. and Canada. I've been to maybe 20 states, 4 provinces, meeting mostly with people to talk about merch. We met in
And, you know,
California.
I do have a crazy story about you coming to San Jose, but go ahead, continue.
Yeah. You know, I'm working full time for the government on contracts. So my last contract just ended on Thursday. So starting next week, I'll be back into full time merch again. Sort of took the summer off, didn't do any uploads. So it's been a weird summer.
Okay. And for
Very
those
weird.
For those of you guys that don't know, Jacob is known within the community for not just utilizing merch, but he's utilizing a lot of the other pod sites like Redbubble, Zazzle, what's it, Cafe Press, and you obviously know better than I do.
Right.
So
okay, it's up to 17 now. So when we met before,
17, what was it?
I think it was like maybe 6 or 8 or something when we were on the podcast. Around there, but it's 17. Yeah, it's been growing. I've been doing a weekly show and covering a different pod every week. So every week we do like an hour and a half to 2.5 hours talking about each pod and all the different unique things about them and what makes them different and showing people how to log in. And it's all video, it's all live. So.
Okay, I didn't know about this weekly show. Go ahead and plug it.
So it's with Sean Mayo.
Mm-hmm.
And every week at Wednesdays at 8, we've been doing a show on a different pod every week.
What's it called?
It's Mastering the Pod with Sean Mayo.
The podcast or YouTube?
It's a webinar. So he does it on Zoom, and then we also syndicate it across Facebook. But primarily it's on Facebook, and now you can find it on YouTube. So if you Google like Jacob Topping merch, you'll see it. There's probably between 50 and 100 hours of live recorded videos. But each of the pods are like an hour and a half to 2.5 hours each, and they're every single week. We've done like 15 weeks straight.
What's it called?
It doesn't. I don't know if it has a name. It's just a weekly podcast.
Okay.
Why'd you name it?
It's a good idea.
Why don't you make a name right now?
Right now.
It's not my thing. It's Sean's thing, right?
But it is
Sean's
your thing
thing.
because you're on
the co-host.
I'm the co-host. I'm the special guest every week for like 15 weeks.
Yeah. The only reason I'm asking is because when you just mentioned the title, you left your name out.
That's true.
Your name should be in the title.
Okay, well, so it's Mastering the Pod with Sean Mayo, special guest Jacob Topping for like 15 weeks
Why
in a row.
the special guest?
Sometimes he doesn't make it. I bring on my own special guest. We had Fernando in. We talked about
the pod
fan
with Jacob.
No,
Sure.
no, that's Sean's thing. I don't want to. I'm not going to throw him under the bus. It's a good podcast. It's a thing.
But you're not a special guest. You're part of the show.
Co-host.
We're on it every week.
That's good.
Yeah.
Do you do Facebook Live when you do it?
It's Facebook Live. Yeah, it goes on.
So you use
Sean's channel. Here's the mystery. I have no blog. I have no newsletter. I have no Facebook group. No, I have the Facebook group. I have the Facebook group, but I have no YouTube channel. I've been doing anything that I talk with anybody through everybody else's channels, right? So I've been on your podcast, the Merch podcast. I've been on Merch Entrepreneurs. I've been on Merch Nerds, the Merch University, across many different Facebook groups. But because I'm working full time, that's where a lot of my time is, right? So I don't have a lot of time to manage all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping over the last 2 years, we've been reducing all our expenses and debt and everything, like Tara and I and our family. And so our hope and our goal is that this last contract that I just finished would be our last, and I go full-time online. So if that works out, there's going to be a lot more Jacob Topping in the online.
Okay.
Like under my own brands.
Sure.
Yeah.
Does Mayo have his own group too?
Of course, yeah. He has a Facebook group.
So he
Mastering the Pod with Sean Mayo.
Okay, so he drives the people from the show to his group.
We bring traffic in from all over the place, and they come in, and the show is about each pod every week, and then he records them all. He puts them on YouTube, and he's got a website where you can see them all.
Now, when you do the Facebook Lives, I'm just curious.
Yeah.
You're using a different kind of You're not going live.
We're using like Zoom.
Using Zoom.
What's Zoom?
But then
Zoom's like a webinar.
It's a webinar recording thing, but you still got to use some kind of software to sync it to Facebook Live because
I don't know what he's using.
You can't go live. Live, you have to do from your phone, or there's software to do it through the desktop.
Somehow
we're using some kind of software.
I log into Zoom and we record it live, but while we're recording, it's live streaming on Facebook.
So he's using
and there's a YouTube component, and then all those videos are inside of a private website.
Is it called Wirecast?
He manages.
Could
it all.
you
It's
find
his
out
thing.
for
It's
me?
his thing. Yeah, ask Sean Mayo. I'll connect. I don't know. I just come on as a
You're
special
my
guest.
friend. I want to talk
I'm
to
like,
you about it.
I'm the content guy. So we do it on my computer. I get my wife every week. She signs up for a new account with a different pod. So she's probably on like 15 pods now, right? So we sign her up for a new pod every time we do the show. We show people how to log in, how to create the account, what's there, what's all the different things. Every single week.
Hold on. So technically, it should be the Sean Mayo, Jacob Topping, Tara Topping show. So why is she left out now?
That's right.
If she's on the show every week,
this show is complex. It has a structure to it. We go into like Alexa.com. We go into like traffic statistics, why you would go on a pod, what makes a pod different, where the pods are.
For the show.
I prepare for hours for each show.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the shows themselves, I mean, they're not short. They're like an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
I gotta watch them.
Each one.
I like that you do that every week. A new pod. You gotta teach people how to do it.
Well, we show people how to log in and how easy it is. I think the message for that is you can have designs across many different platforms, and each platform reaches a different audience. It's going to get different sales. It's got different products available. They have different amounts of traffic, right? So we kind of compare them and contrast them. We talk about like some of the pods offer affiliates, so other people are selling your designs on a pod, right? And we talk about all the aspects of different pods. And the reason we do that is I don't know of anybody else that's talking about other pods.
True.
Right, it's a void. Like people hear about them, right? Especially Redbubble. People love Merch by Amazon. Then I'm gonna go on Redbubble, maybe Zazzle, maybe a little bit of TeePublic or something. And I said, come on. So we want to show people all the different pods. How it arose is Sean's an affiliate with me on the book. So you guys are affiliates on the book, and we wanted to give some exposure of some of the content that's in there. There's like more than 35 different pods in it, and so that's how it kind of got started, right? And then we just kept going and going and going. We're up to like 15 different platforms now.
Cool.
Yeah. It's kind of a weird situation.
Yeah, no. So
the story of my life. Right?
So Jacob,
were you doing a lot of work?
So check this out. So here's a crazy story about Jacob. Okay, so earlier this year he goes on this so-called Merch Madness tour, whatever.
Yeah.
And how many cities did you go to?
During the first part of the tour, it was probably around 35 or so, and since then it's been up to more than 50.
No, I never told you this.
I never heard of this.
Huh?
The Merch Madness tour. Yeah, we were gonna visit you guys when we were in New York last time, but we didn't for some reason.
When did this even happen?
No, check this out though, Anthony. Let me finish my story.
It gets a little bit nuts.
And I told Glenn the story.
I haven't heard.
You never heard the story, okay?
Okay.
You never heard the story, but I'm gonna tell you. It's not anything bad.
No.
Okay, it's not anything
It was
bad.
a strange meeting that we had.
That's exactly what I'm gonna tell you. So.
And the one after that was also quite strange.
So he
messages
messages me saying, "Hey, y'all,
what the fuck is going on?"
Well, listen. So
tell him about the the chains and everything.
Don't tell him.
No,
I wasn't going to.
Okay, yeah.
Let me tell my story.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So he's.
I want the truth.
You can't handle the truth. So he messages. He's in Los Angeles. Apparently he was in Los Angeles for about 3 or 4 days. He goes, "Hey, I'm on my way up to I'm on my way up to San Jose to see you now. I'll be there in about an hour."
Did you know he was coming?
Yeah. So
okay.
This is planned in advance.
I just told you.
Wait,
he messaged me.
I thought it was like this. I'm right around the corner, and then he flies from Miami. I'm coming.
No. So he sends me. He goes, "Hey, I'm boarding. I'm in Los Angeles right now." You sent me and I'm still to this day. I'm a little dumbfounded, and I want you to explain.
Okay.
You sent me a message saying, "Hey, I have something like 9 or 10 extra seats on Southwest. Do you have anyone that needs a ride from Los Angeles to San Jose?" Do you remember texting that message to me?
I think I had that many flights. So what happened was when I was flying around, one of the airlines offered me free airfare for a certain number of seats.
Uh-huh.
So I said, I don't remember this exact situation, but probably what I said is I've got this many flights available. Do you know anybody that wants to fly from LA to San Jose?
Okay. And I just thought that was kind of weird.
Because I thought I could buy them a trip.
No,
right?
because in my mind, I'm like, why the hell did he buy 9 extra seats?
Let me ask you guys a question. Let me just be honest with you. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You gotta back up a couple steps. What's Merch? Where does he even start?
All right.
You're like starting in the middle of the story. I feel like there's a beginning.
God, jeez. Look, he lives in Toronto.
No,
okay?
I don't live in Toronto. I live near Ottawa. You made this.
It's the same thing. Yeah. It's the same thing. He lives in Canada. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He goes on this little tour.
Who started the tour?
So my wife and I started the tour.
Okay.
Okay. And we wanted to go and thank people that had helped us to promote the book. Right. So we wanted to go and say, okay, the people that have helped us or talked about the book.
This is the beginning of the story now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we started out, we flew in and we'd fly into an area and then rent a car and go and visit like lots of different people in that area and then fly to a different part of the country and visit people there and stuff like that. Right.
All right. Now I get it. That
makes sense.
Cool.
And Young had been nice enough to have us on the show and it really helped out and I appreciated that. I wanted to go and fly and in person and say thank you. And that was the purpose, right?
You can't forget Glenn.
And now you're at the airport.
We tried to. We flew into Texas, right? We went into Houston. We went to Dallas. We went to Spring. We went and saw Joe. We tried to meet with Margaret. We were going to meet with you, but we met with Young and we tried to meet with Glenn as well. Glenn is like in the mystery part of Texas. Texas has like the big cities, and then there's like this weird area.
He's like a celebrity, Glenn.
In El Paso.
Everywhere. Dude,
nationwide.
Yeah.
Glenn's like a megastar.
But anyway,
awesome.
look. Okay,
he's hard to get to though. If you want to fly or drive in to see Glenn, it's impossible.
Let me finish my story. So I get this message from Jacob saying, "Hey, I got like 9 extra seats." And in my mind, I'm thinking, why the hell did he buy 9 extra seats? Right? So he comes to San Jose, right? You know, and I pick him up at the airport, and we literally hang out for like 45 minutes. He's like, "I gotta go." I'm like, "Where are you going?" I have another plane to catch. What? I'm like, "Why did you come to San Jose for 45 minutes?"
I want to say thank you in person.
Right? Oh no, but listen, I was like, "Why?"
That's a powerful message.
I'm like, "Why?" In my mind, I'm thinking, "Why the hell did he come to meet me for 45 minutes?"
That was purposely done.
Yeah.
Like I would never
45
spend my money to go visit somebody for 45 minutes.
It's much cheaper to go from LA to where I was heading, right? Because I was on my way back, but I was like, no, I want to see Young. I want to see. I'm close enough. I'm already in California. I should stop in and see you.
So I pick him up. I
like that move. Tell you the truth. It's like what Grant Cardone says. You do things that other people would never do. You know what I mean? That's fucking good shit right there.
So listen. So I pick him up. We hang out. You know.
No, but I like the move.
This is where it gets weird.
Right. I pick him up. You know, we hang out. You know, we're talking and stuff. And then
And he's like, okay, I got to get back. I drop him off, right?
At the airport.
I drop him off at the airport. I go home. 20 minutes later, I get a message saying, hey, Young, I can't get on my flight. I'm like, what are you talking about? What? He's like something about the guy at the gate. What?
Yeah. So you have to be there an hour ahead of time. When I was there at like 55 minutes or whatever. Yeah, but the gate people left the gate. They like walk up and go into the behind the scenes part. So I couldn't get through security to catch my flight. So I sat there for like 40 minutes on the phone with them. I'm like, I can see the plane. I have the ticket for that plane. I need to get from here across the gate. They're like, we can't get across the gate unless you have a boarding pass. You can't get a boarding pass because they already went past behind the gate, right?
Yeah.
So they wouldn't issue me the ticket. And I was like panicking. I'm trying to do things. I was going to book another flight, like delay it. But I was getting a connecting flight through Vancouver because I was going to go meet with Jewel and her business partner.
Jewel Tolentino, she's another YouTube.
The one you guys told us about before.
Yeah, she's in Vancouver, right?
So he's
the
on
Fame Bit girl.
Yeah. So he's on his way to British Columbia. So he's messaging me saying, hey,
where was your wife?
She stopped the tour in the middle. Like she went after we went to Florida.
Okay.
She went back to see the kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's messaging me saying, I can't get on my flight.
It was a panic. Like it was a disaster.
Yeah. So he's saying, hey, I found another flight. It's out of SFO, San Francisco. Can you drive me to San Francisco?
And he was at San Jose Airport.
Yeah.
How far is San Fran?
It's about 45 minutes.
Okay.
Right? I'm like, yeah, I'll pick you up. I pick him up, and I'm obviously, giving you guys the real short version because we have other guests that I want to talk to. So I pick him up, I drop him off at SFO. He's buying his ticket there. So the point of my story is the guy first of all, he apparently has 9 extra seats coming from LA. Okay? he sees me for 45 minutes, misses his flight. Now he's dropping another $400 or $500.
Never met before in your life.
Right. Now he's dropping another $400 or $500
Yeah,
another flight
about
out of
$600
SFO.
more.
Oh.
Yeah.
So this is where it gets funny. Okay. This is what I told Glenn. I never told you this, Jake.
Okay.
I was telling Glenn, I was like, yo, man, this whole thing with Jacob coming to see me was really weird. And I swear, man, this is what I told Glenn. I was like, yo, I think Jacob is an executive at Amazon spying on me. Did I not say that?
I can't comment on that.
All that stuff that he was doing just made no sense. And I told Glenn, I think he's an executive from Amazon spying on me.
I can't comment on that.
So I'm just saying. So that's what I thought. And obviously,
that's a good theory.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a very good theory.
Like how good?
It's I've never heard anybody say that before.
I never heard of Merch Madness before. What a great name.
Yeah. I'll show you the card afterwards.
New podcast name.
Dude, that's awesome. You should call your new show Merch Madness, dude.
Yeah.
Good to talk to you.
I'm glad that we met. That was fun.
Yeah.
Sure.
My man. Talk to us.
Are you taping the video, the whole thing?
The whole thing.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh, you're the best.
Thanks.
Can we send a video with you then? Yeah. That's awesome. You're the best.
That's a big file.
I love this guy. Nice guy.
This guy's another local guy. Tell us who you are. Yep. Introduce yourself, your tier, how many shirts live you have, and if you want to disclose your royalties, you're more than welcome to, but not mandatory.
I feel like the new guy in a room full of like merch superstars in here. So
talk to us.
Josh Wynn in the Seattle area, about 30 minutes south of Seattle downtown in a little town called Bonnie Lake. Right now I'm just tiered to 100 like 2 days ago.
Nice.
So the night before.
You tiered right when I posted.
Right, yeah. Right when you guys tiered to 4,000, I tiered to 100. I checked too. And then the conference started. So I primarily been doing FBA for like 2 years and growing that business and started on merch. So
how you doing with FBA?
20,000 revenue, about 5,000 in profit each month right now. So
you still trying to scale it, or are you focused on merch?
I'm going to do both for now. Yeah, I'm trying. I do a lot of RA, retail arbitrage.
You work full time too?
I do. Yeah, Army Reserve, starting first class in the Army Reserve, which is
thank you for serving our country.
Which is a lot more than 2 weeks a year and 1 week in a month. I swear.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a lot more than that. And then I drive full time for Lyft and Uber in downtown Seattle. So
respect.
Yeah,
respect. What do you think of the conference?
It was awesome.
It was awesome.
It was the first conference, like Amazon centric conference that I've been to. So it was awesome. You always hear about it on Facebook and everything. Like I said, I've been in the community for 2 years and been on all the big groups and everything, Green Room, Scanner Monkey, so on and so forth. And
are you nervous right now?
I'm always nervous.
No, because
like,
you know,
like in front of
the last 2 days, you and I have been hanging out and chopping it up, and all of a sudden I sense some, I hear some nervousness.
Yeah, it's like a kind of Like a
fucking big audience here. Hey, we're finishing up right now. Yeah, the conference in here.
The one here,
Amazon
yeah.
merch conference.
Yep.
Yeah, no problem.
That's like a public speaking type of anxiety.
Again, guys, it's like 10:15 at night, and we're still in the same conference room.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, so was it you, Josh? I don't remember if it was you. Someone said, "Oh, this is my first conference ever. Is this what it's like? You just attend talks and then just drink booze afterwards?" Was that you that made that statement?
I didn't say
that wasn't me.
Was that you?
I don't know.
I kind of remember somebody saying
that.
That wasn't me. That wasn't me in particular. No.
Yeah, somebody. Is this all you do? You just attend talks and then drink booze afterwards?
I do remember somebody.
I thought it was
sitting
you.
at the. Maybe it was a. It
Was it you?
It was either Greg or it was Brad. Was it Brad? It was Brad last night. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, which one's Brad again?
He had a comedy YouTube channel.
That did the Illustrator stuff today.
Yeah, you're right. No, I'm horrible with names.
You know what some guy said to me yesterday? What's his name? Jacob what?
Topping?
No, not Jacob Topping. No, the other guy.
Another Jacob? That Jacob?
No. The other guy in our group.
Another Jacob.
This what's his last name? He came up to me. He's like, "Hey man, I just want to thank you." I go, "Hey, for what?" He goes, "You know, when I
Jack McDonald.
Jack McDermott. I really fucked it up. This guy, he says to me, he goes, "You know, I really got to thank you." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "You know, I found your podcast back a while ago." He's like, "And I was at the 25th year. I was ready to just throw it out and think it wasn't going to work." He's like, "And then you just kept cursing and it kept just putting a fire into my ass." He goes, "I don't know. The way you yell, you motor, you curse." He's like, "I'm at the 4,000th tier now." He goes, "No, I was this close to quitting." Damn. Wow. I should curse more.
Did you say it's 4,000?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's like, "I was ready to quit, and I don't know. You kept cursing, kept lighting a fire into my ass. I just went for it, and now he's at 4,000. What a nice guy."
But Josh,
yeah.
So, how are you gonna try and scale merch?
Well, that's my next mission with FBA and merch is just to get more organized. Like everything's really scattered right now. Start looking into VAs. I've been talking to you guys a lot, talking to these guys a lot. Even what's your name? Cody. That's right. Talking to him. He's got a VA too.
Let me ask you a question, right? Your time is limited.
Yeah.
Right, as it is.
Yeah.
I think that you would do better if you really just focused on one and not both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you don't have the time. Bro, I have him and I have a bunch of employees and it's still tough to do. We have 3 businesses and that's me having a lot of help. You're on your own.
Yep.
Right? Yep. I'm just giving my opinion. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I think that someone that has a more limited amount of time, like 3 to 5 hours a night, which is probably what you have, would be better spent all building one business than 2.
And I'll tell you what,
You guys can.
No, you know what?
I have a lot of talks with people like this.
It does make sense because one of the things that I always complain about with Lynn is I'm trying to balance too many projects.
It's tough.
It never gets done. It never gets
It's
done.
tough. I'll give you an example, right? You're a master foosball player, right? How long have you been playing foosball for?
12 years. 12
fucking years to become, what you've been doing today, right? So just to master anything takes a lot of effort. And we all want to master our business, right? Make a lot of money. So trying to master 2 with limited amount of time is very fucking difficult.
Have you read The One Thing? Because that's what it sounds like you're talking about.
No, I never have.
Yeah,
What's The One Thing?
The One Thing is the #1 business book of all time. It's very popular in entrepreneurial circles. And I mean, you can do 2 things, but you have to choose one that's the main thing, and you have to get that done first every day, and it should be the first thing you do.
That's a good way to look at it. I like that.
While you're at the slower level, and especially if you can get a good VA, you'll be good for a while, but eventually you might have to make it your main thing. But maybe you could get a VA trained and then focus on the fulfillment by Amazon, and then have the VA focus on this.
The way I always put it is this: like, if you have a business, say it's FBA, and if you want to keep it steady, you can do that by getting an operations person in place and to train them however you're going to do it. It'll stay however it's going to stay. But if you want to grow something, now you're talking about focus. Because we could keep something steady. Like, we have another business right now that generates a lot of money, and we don't do anything with it, and it's steady.
If you got 2 quarterbacks, you got no quarterback.
Yeah.
How about that?
So
Think
what
about that.
I'm saying
I'm
is
serious. Think about what that means.
If you want to grow something, you got to
football.
super focus. If you have something that's kind of like doing the same thing, you could hire someone to replace yourself to do that. You put them over here, and you can weigh in every once in a while. They can operate 90% of the time, and then you focus however you're going to focus. That you understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Does everyone understand what I'm saying?
No, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Who said no?
No.
No, me, I don't. I disagree.
You disagree?
I disagree.
All right, come up here then.
Oh no,
She has
no,
multiple-
we'll talk to you in a second.
Well, she has
No,
multiple
we'll
things going
talk
on
to you in
too.
a second. But
Weigh in.
but this is home for you, so you didn't have to.
Seattle is,
yeah.
Your half hour, you said drive to get here, right?
Yep. That's super easy.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, we appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
I'm glad we linked up. My man, hey, what's your name? Introduce
Jacob.
yourself.
Another Jacob.
Jacob what?
Jacob Fruits.
Fruits?
Fruits, yep.
Uh-huh.
From North Carolina,
North
Central
Carolina. What tier?
I am
How many shirts live?
at 1,000 tier. Just got tiered up recently. I've just about 600 shirts live.
How your royalties? You don't have to disclose it.
Yeah, no, pretty good. I'm set, or I was set to make about 3,000 this month.
My man.
But so through this conference, though, I mean, I've learned a ton.
Right.
But the 99% of my shirts were listed for $14.99. And so everyone's telling me bump them up.
Yeah,
So
bump
I bumped up 6 last night to $19.99. I sold 5 of them today for $19.99.
Good for you.
So they're all about to get bumped up. So
Good for
hopefully
you.
my 3,000 gets bumped up.
How many do you have live?
Right on 600.
Nice, that's good.
And I hit my tier
That's
limits.
really good. 3,000. What's that come out to then per month per design? It's like right. That's pretty much where same as you, right?
I have 300.
Oh, no, you have-
395.
Oh, that's right.
And I'm at the 1,000 here.
See, I haven't even
$5
been
bucks.
in long enough to.
You're about $5 per live design. Then.
My average is about $6.75.
Per live design. Yours is about $5. That's good. You're right where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
3 to 7. That's good, bro.
And I'm wondering about the math too. I haven't been in that long. So
Mhm.
like I haven't had my 90-day shirts taken down.
Are you
from-
doing the designs yourself?
I did like the first 400 myself, and
Mhm.
then I've been outsourcing. I just graduated from college in May, got in at the end of May into merch,
What was your major?
entrepreneurship, business.
Nice.
Okay. I was going to say, is entrepreneurship, is that even
You just started?
You've been in here for less than 90 days and you got that many sales?
I mean, end of May, I uploaded like 2 designs, forgot about it, made a couple sales, and then got into it in June. And then, so I've got a lot of friends still in college, a lot of connections.
How
So
old are you?
22.
Okay.
Nice.
So they're all my VAs are my friends. I trust them, could pay them really well.
Oh, so they're helping you out.
Yep.
And you're paying them?
So I just started that.
How much are you
like
paying
2 weeks,
them?
$15 an hour.
$15 an hour.
Doing the math. I mean, I get designs and keywords.
You know, I swear, the more I talk to you guys, the more and more impressed I get.
So
$15 an hour.
So I tried going.
See,
I tried going
respect that 'cause he's
international.
investing.
Yeah,
And we
yeah, it's my
Greg
friends.
and I talk about this all the time, like
Yeah,
how
yeah.
people don't want to invest in nothing.
So I tried going international, and the trust issue. I'm with you on that. I was never going to turn over my uploading, but for designs and keywords, I'm like, man, if they take one little icon or what. But I did the math, and for the output, the people I were talking to, I'm sure people get better output. But paying my friends $15 an hour, which they love. I mean, they're getting $9
Sure.
an hour working in college anywhere else.
Sure.
But I get designs and keywords about $3 a shirt, and sometimes lower.
So
Oh, that's good.
So he's doing $3K a month, you said?
Yeah. Hopefully,
obviously your expenses
I'll
are
make
a little
it-
hopefully.
hopefully
But no,
more
I
than
mean,
double,
you're seriously growing at a rapid pace.
yeah. So it's been
That's
exciting.
awesome.
So I've been working with startups for the last couple of years while I'm in school. Went on with one.
That's good.
So for the listeners, I mean, it goes back to what we've been saying. Don't be afraid to invest. This is living proof right here.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a great start. You got off to a great start. Dude.
Well, I finished up with one of the startups I was working with, and I got a couple of my own businesses. But I finished up like 2 weeks ago. I was out in Kansas City.
For-
drove
no,
back,
no,
and
right
I'm
out
going.
of
I'm
college,
going
right,
full time
businesses. No, I'm
merch for the rest of
seriously
the
impressed
month.
right now.
Trying to figure it out.
Are you doing anything else on the side? Are you doing eBay, FBA? Or
Merch
it
is
just
the first thing I found.
Awesome.
Now I have some other things on the side that I do, but
That's-
I've stopped it for the rest of this month. Like I said, I was out in Kansas City, so I stopped doing some stuff. But yeah, I see the opportunity, and I agree with you. I don't want to go back to the earlier conversation, but I mentioned it. So talking to people in this room, and I'd never been to one of these conferences. Just started merch in May.
Sure.
I'm 22, but I'm like, man, if I spend $1,000 plane ticket, conference ticket, Airbnb, and I fly out to Seattle. I've never been to Seattle.
Worth every penny.
I went and caught a baseball game the first night. I'm like, I get to go see
Hey,
Seattle.
I'm not gonna lie. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Glenn and I were talking about skipping the first day of the conference and go watching the Mariners. I'm not gonna lie.
So I saw Verlander pitch, which was
Okay,
awesome. He just got traded.
Yeah.
I met a guy there. I went early batting practice, got a ball, sat down next to a guy. He knew everybody. Season ticket holder for however many years.
So
got
this
me a
is,
jersey,
I mean, so
hooked
this,
me up. So awesome trip to Seattle.
Yeah, so awesome trip. This is a good experience. You
Awesome
learned
speakers.
a lot, and it sounds like you're doing really good.
Easily $1,000 worth of value from lunch and dinner both days, and the people I talked to. Like I could, like in the next couple months, I'll have $1,000 worth of value out of that.
Right.
But back to your point.
Yes.
Couple people for the last couple of days I'm talking to, they do 80 a day, they upload themselves. Another person, 160 a day, upload himself. We'll never turn it over.
Yeah,
So
Ken
I
does it
agree with you
himself.
on that.
Ken Real does it himself, 160 a day.
160.
Does it
But
himself.
He knocks it out.
But he outsources his designs.
Outsources designs.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm doing everything by myself.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So I did the first 400 by myself. I know Photoshop. I'm not a designer. My friends laugh at me because I picked 2 fonts. I did 400 shirts on 2 fonts.
It
But man, to outsource design, like I could do 200.
But you know what? I mean, you're 22. You guys are literally growing up, learning these programs at what, 12 years old? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, right? I mean, like my age, 45. We didn't have Photoshop back when I was 12, right?
There's a couple people here that, yeah, their kids are in Photoshop classes. They said they were 12. So they're like, yeah, they're gonna start making
Just
slides
doing
for me.
classes for 12-year-olds?
That's what I said. I said, you're 12. I was like, that's awesome.
You're
But
just doing all text-based shit. That's it.
when I started, I was.
Yeah.
So my designers make a little more complex stuff, which is nice. Now that getting more advanced stuff.
That's good. Dude.
But man,
respect.
So I
That's right. You're smart for a young kid.
I
Man.
talked to a few people at dinner.
I love what you're doing, man.
Because
Yeah.
I could easily have. I got plenty of them that want to work for me. I could scale it up quick. Like right now, like I could put out 200 designs a day for my designers, and my friends are just getting in. My family's getting in. So like, I'm just gonna start feeding them stuff.
Dude, I'll tell
Like
you
there's
this.
so much opportunity with it.
You being this age and acting like this, I wish I acted like this when I was 22 years old. You're gonna be a millionaire
Seriously.
way before you're 30.
You're gonna
so
be way
I'm dead
successful
serious,
than
dude.
all of us
When I was
here.
22.
At
I was
your
doing
age
the
now?
dumbest shit you can imagine. So
Yeah.
do whatever you're doing and don't stay off.
No,
stay
you're
on
gonna
this
be.
course.
I promise
You're gonna
you,
make a lot of money.
he's gonna be a lot more successful than we are at our age now.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah.
Respect.
Good.
Appreciate that.
Our very last guest. This one's a fireball. I love her. I love her. I love her energy. I love her energy.
All right, this is the 12th round.
Something McGregor never saw. Ouch!
I just met her during the conference, and I love everything about her. Go ahead and introduce yourself again. Just let us know what tier you on, how many shirts live you have, and if you care to disclose your royalties, you're welcome to, but it's not mandatory.
Okay, I'm a brand new merch. I've been selling FBA physical products 4 years between me and my agency, the partners. I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller. I own a company called Source in Asia, take people to China, teach them how to source, how to put up physical products, and got tired of having all my money, wrapped up in inventory. So I signed up for merch on one of my accounts 3 months ago. And I'm just tier 10. I got like 5 shirts live. And then this morning I found out this other account, which Amazon hates. They hate me. They totally hate me. They just authorized that account. So I actually have 2 merch accounts now, but I haven't really started in it. I've been on POD since 2012 though, with Teespring initially.
Okay.
Had 1 shirt that just killed it.
On Teespring.
Teespring, I probably made in like a 3-month span, probably 30 grand on that shirt.
Wow.
Get out of town.
I'm
Who the
not
fuck
lying.
shops on Teespring?
This is okay. Let me disclaimer. This is back in the day when you could scrape Facebook user IDs. Did I just say that? Did I just say that? So if you were like aiming at
So you
someone,
scrape the groups?
I didn't. Someone in Brazil did, and they just
Wait, what do you
emailed
mean-
it to me.
what do you mean
I
scrape?
didn't
You
do
know how
it,
genius
no.
that is?
Wait, what do you mean?
All right, hold
I'll
on.
tell you why. So I got a shirt. I'm only
That's
aiming my
good.
shirt at
Can't do
plumbers.
it no more though.
Right, no. So if you're only aiming your shirt at plumbers, my ad is only seen by plumbers. I'm only aiming my shirt at people named Anthony. It's an Anthony thing. You wouldn't understand. It's totally New York, right? So you're on your this is back in the day when no one was doing it. So you're on your Facebook and you're like, oh my God, it's Anthony. True story. Coca-Cola, right? They got the name on the can. You know why? Australia, they found out 50% of people at 16 years old did not drink Coca-Cola. So they put people's name on the cans. And people are like, oh, that's my name. And then that's it. That's all people need. They need ownership. My day job, my background, I'm a criminal defense attorney, 25 years.
I love this.
But it's the same method. It's like I got to deal with jurors, right? And jurors are people who are like, they got nothing in common except a zip code. And
Guys, I apologize for
the interruption. We had to edit that part out. Basically, we had to move locations. But we're talking to Elena, and you were telling us about you're an attorney.
I'm an attorney. I'm a criminal defense attorney, and I was saying that I was dealing with jurors who have all different sorts of like backgrounds, and the whole idea is just communicating with them. But I did take a little issue with the focus thing, so I guess that's where I jumped in, and only because of this. I started on Teespring. I had this one shirt that did really good, and we were scraping user IDs from Facebook. So we would take.
What do you mean by that? That's where I was lost.
Okay, so somebody would come in and they would say your user ID would tell me your name, your profession, and your date of birth.
There was this software, and Amazon actually allowed
Facebook
actually allowed you to use it for a limited time. Then they disabled it. So I would be able to go to your group right now.
No, that's a different. That's years later. This was your user ID, so it didn't care what group you were in.
Okay.
I could just take everyone whose last name was Smith,
Mhm.
everyone whose last name was Anderson,
Yeah,
and I
that's
could
right.
make a shirt just for them. Everyone who put their profession down as a plumber, and make a shirt. My clicks, to a $20 T-shirt were 6 cents. So it was just like an ATM machine, and all these young kids were in the group. And they're like, I'm quitting my job. And I'm like, no. Listen, Facebook is a traffic source. You're building your tent on someone else's backyard. They're going to turn the sprinklers on and you're going to get screwed. And I said, listen, I think that this is going to go till maybe the end of March. And it was like March 10th. And Facebook just shut it down and started
So you
killing
were able to target like anybody named Anthony,
Anybody named Anthony.
last name Smith.
But
my last
only-
name is Smith with a T-shirt.
only those people. And then that's
Interesting.
That's amazing.
Well, it was not. It was like in the.
I just never knew about
well,
that.
this was 2012, 2013. It was in the gray area.
Okay.
And then, I stopped doing it because I'm not a black hat person. I thought, it was sort of like pseudo okay. Like a lot of people were doing it.
They allowed it.
Yeah. And then someone said, hey, I know you're in, I was in these groups and I was like counseling some of these young kids. Don't quit your job. Don't do this. And they turned me on to ASM and I got into FBA and I was like, listen, who made the money in the gold rush? People selling the picks and the shovels. So I hooked up with this guy who, as a partner in China, and we just taught people how to do the whole sourcing process. But I got tired of having my money wrapped up in this, and I'm doing good. It's fine, but I want something where my money isn't tied up all the time. My money turns more often. So that's when I started getting to print on demand. So I started with T-Rex, which is a great.
I've never even heard of T-Rex.
T-Rex they're about to launch a brand new platform, fully integrated.
There's so many these days.
I know.
Like, how do you keep up?
Coolest name ever.
Yeah, T-Rex, right? So they've got a live event coming up. Yeah, they're about to. Their Missouri does their fulfillment, and they're totally integrated with like a ClickFunnels upsell right away. Their mega stores that they offer people are fully stocked. You're like, well, I don't want to sell something everybody else is selling. Okay, but the beauty is it's fully stocked. So if you have a mug, you don't have to go through all the process of uploading the mug and how many ounces it is and whether it's dishwash. You just press clone. And then you just put your stuff on it. So everything you can, and then once you upload
POD one-stop shop.
POD one-stop shop. And once you put that design, it goes
Just
on
like
everywhere.
we're doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm a beta tester for another program from this company called Ecom Elite, where it's going Shopify to Amazon Custom. Directly API.
Shopify to what?
Amazon Custom.
That's Todd Snively.
Todd Snively, Chris Keefe. And so what that is, you upload it to Amazon and it goes to a custom listing. Benefit of the custom listing is you get the traffic from Amazon. It's a listing just like FBA.
A regular FBM listing.
FBM, but the listing is you get the keywords.
Yeah.
You get
just can't do
PPC,
Prime. No Prime.
No Prime.
Okay.
But
This is some serious
Same
gold
thing like
nuggets.
Charles, like I'm doing with Charles. Not Charles. What's his name? Kevin Mays, right? Yeah. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
that
it's USA
Prime.
based and it's a two day delivery. So it rivals Prime.
Oh, it's 2 day delivery?
Yeah, but we're in Prime. We're in beta right now. But
What's it called again?
It's going to be. It's Ecom Elite is doing it. This is right now. They're not really swift on listing.
Is this something that you should be mentioning?
I can mention it because we're just betaing it right now. We're hoping.
Okay, no, I just wasn't sure. I mean,
we're cool with that.
Okay.
And it's just gonna be called Ecom Elite Custom. But if it works out, it's gonna be the first one that actually integrates Shopify and Custom.
That's awesome.
It's just exploding.
Just exploding.
The whole
Yeah.
marketing
And
space.
this is the beauty.
Products POD so much easier.
But it's the same design. And this
Yeah.
is what I'm saying about diversification. So these people quit their job because of Amazon. Because of Facebook. Amazon's a traffic source. Amazon's not a business. You can sell this. That's fine. We heard a great lecture today about selling it, but I want things diversified. So I had a
I'm right
full-time
there with
job
you.
as
Yes.
a criminal defense attorney. I'm working 16 hours a day. I'm working 2 hours a night and every weekend. I've got my Amazon business. I've got my POD. I've got my sourcing trips to China twice a year. I've got publishing sites. I monetize Facebook pages. I totally understand about focus. I totally agree.
Jack
with
of
it.
all trades.
But you gotta outsource. You gotta invest. I have a social media manager. I have a Facebook ads manager. I have a full-time virtual assistant. Drives me crazy. I have clients that are like, I want to be #1 on Amazon, but I don't want to do any giveaways. Okay, sit in the corner and wish for it. And let me know how that goes for you.
Do all of that though.
That's why she just said she has people working for her.
I have people working for me, but I swear to God, if I got into this when I was 22 years old, I'd be a billionaire.
This is where Jacob comes in, right?
I'm telling you, I wasn't on Facebook till I was 45. But yeah, when I was 22, there was no Facebook.
Right, right.
I don't want to say this,
Right.
but 89, we had this thing called AOL, and it would bing you and say, "You've got mail," and we would be like, "Oh my God, someone!" I mean, it was,
Yeah.
We didn't have. I mean, I was in law school. Somebody had a computer. His father was a director. He was like rich. We're like, no one's going to have a computer in their house. This is ridiculous. This guy's crazy. I wasn't on Facebook. I was not on Facebook till I was 45 years old.
Yeah.
And I was like, I thought it was for like cat pictures and what are you eating today? And all of a sudden, like,
No, you know what? But just social media in general has evolved so much. Like working at Stanford. So I don't know if you guys know this, but Facebook was just for people with an edu email address.
Yeah.
Right. So working at Stanford, I was one of the first ones, and that's pretty much what it was in the beginning. Was just, hey, I'm at the beach today, but it's evolved so much that it's a valuable tool that we need for our businesses.
I was terrified my lawyer friends were going to find out I was online. Like I was going to find out I was like doing, and I've got several friends who are like, I don't know about that. It sounds like multi-level marketing. And I'm like, what about this is multi-level? I'm importing from China. I'm selling it. I'm making money.
Yeah.
The money you're making. It's like, okay. And it just scares people. And it's crazy because we're offering something good that people want. It's what the market is asking for. I happen to be offering it to both buyers and sellers, which is kind of a cool deal.
Sure.
And I like it. It's fun. And I don't have to deal with dead bodies and people crying all day.
And you can travel wherever you want.
And I just left my job of 25 years 2 months ago. I'll still take private criminal cases.
I was just going to ask you, are you still practicing?
I mean, it's only been 2 months, but yeah, I'm going to be very picky about the cases that I take.
Criminal cases?
Criminal defense. I'd only do criminal defense the last 10
Murders?
years. All I've done is death penalty.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Last
like
10
serious.
years.
And your defense?
Yeah.
That's like serious.
I'm very good at what I do.
Like Alex Cross shit.
I guess.
So if any of us sometime in the near future get into some trouble, will you represent us pro bono?
Okay, no, not pro bono, but maybe for some designs because I really suck at those. And you have to be in California because that's the only place my license is.
Have you heard of this murder mystery podcast?
No.
It's like the #1 podcast right now in like the whole the podcasting world. You ever heard of it? It's some guys who
You mean making a murderer?
Yeah, making a no, not making a murder. No. It's a murder mystery podcast that's it's going crazy. Everybody's like people wear apparel about it. It's this guy's talking about real life murderers.
It blows my mind.
There's like 2 seasons.
You turn on the TV and there's there's every hour of every day there's some show about the criminal justice
It's
system.
murder porn. You guys know that? Yeah. So husbands and wives
Murder
at home
porn.
watching TV, they're addicted to this porn.
It's crazy.
So every show is about crime.
What I'm talking about?
No, just
No,
every show.
show.
On TV,
every
they're
show.
all about people committing crimes.
Law and Order
Maybe
SVU,
they'll get
Law
away
and
with
Order
it. Maybe
this,
they'll
Law
get
and Order that. There's not a single I don't think they did some study. There's not an hour go by that somewhere in the United States a rerun of Law and Order.
See, this is why I don't watch television.
I have a podcast called Trial Lawyer Confidential. I haven't done it for 2 years. It's people who love the criminal justice system and want to know about it, but hate Nancy Grace. It's a great podcast if you're into that. I haven't.
Wait a minute. Is Nancy Grace like an attorney? Or?
No, she was sort of.
Oh, okay. She's some talk show thing.
Yeah, but yeah. So the man who actually put her on television, I think, apologized to America for finding her. But I haven't done it for 2 years. I still get subscribers. I still get people, and I want to get back to it now that I have a little more time because people have this really burning desire to know about the criminal justice system.
Sure.
But when you're in it, it's just it's sad all the way around.
Right.
It's
CSI.
sad for everybody.
Okay. Well, guys, hey, it's getting really late. We went a little longer than expected.
The longest podcast ever.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
All time.
No, and
It's good content.
thank you to all the guests
Yeah.
today. And Glenn, as always, it's always a pleasure doing the show with you. And you guys, my man, Anthony,
Can I just say real quick?
Kevin.
Glenn's my favorite.
Ah, nice. That's what I like to hear.
But honey, you're my second favorite.
Yeah, second.
You know,
Don't talk about it.
I have the power to edit you out.
Okay, I just changed my mind.
Okay. I know you're messing, but guys, it's been a pleasure meeting all of you guys, and I hope we all keep in touch. And again, this is the best part of going to conferences.
Absolutely.
Meeting people like you guys and just networking.
Invest in your business, go to conferences, meet people, talk to strangers.
Absolutely. Thanks again, guys, and we'll see you next week.
See you.
Bye. Later.